P. Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
All right, I'm man enough to say I was wrong about the NBA Finals not being underway yet. Game 3 was huge. We'll see what comes. And also, Panthers all night long here on ESPN 106.3. Stay locked in.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are coming to you here on a Thursday, a Thirsty Thursday, here at the Plantation Duffy's. It is theoretically speaking. We're going live. We're here because it's going to be a Panthers versus Oilers Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Right alongside me is Mike Rizzo from Russo and Rizzo. You're going to hear 4 to 6. We got Jonathan Zaslow, the voice of the 305, from 6 to 7:30 right here at Duffy's. So if you are a fan of 2-for-1 drinks, if you want to rock it at a place that's got 80 or more televisions, pull up on us. We are here live from 2 right until 7:30. Of course, that transitions into coverage of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final as the Panthers look to go up 3-1 over the Oilers, over McJesus, over Drysdale, whatever they want to call them, boys. You know what? The Panthers called him little bro last time they met on the ice, so I'm excited to see what happens on the ice tonight. We'll be there, Mike. We're getting some Let's Go Oilers chants, so this is what we need to do, Mike.
What do we got to do?
We need to get a quick call to the Panthers fans. Anywhere near Plantation, come in here and drown out that noise. We can't have that kind of energy in here.
Yes. Go, Cats, go. How about that? Go, Cats, go. But, this is truly –
There we go.
There we go. Now we hear go.
C-Cat's on the other side of the glass, by the way, back in the studio at ESPN 106.3 City Play Studios, in the Evan Cohen Studios.
Yep.
And apparently, we actually got Evan Cohen in the house today at some point. C-Cat, is he still around?
No. He got his pizza from across the street with J Mart, and then he skedaddled out of here.
That's messed up.
We might have secured something on Russo and Rizzo. Christian and I might have secured an interview earlier in the day.
The hell is that about?
Yeah, I planned ahead.
Hold on a second, C-Cat.
I planned ahead.
Okay, so for those of you that were with us yesterday, Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike 6 to 10 a.m., and of course, one of the biggest voices in sports talk radio in West Palm for the past 2 decades, he canceled on Theoretically Speaking last minute yesterday in his typical Wednesday spot, and then today he was in studio. C-Cat was in the building as well alongside Evan. Mike Rizzo, who we're welcoming here to the Theoretically Speaking audience, you were there as well, and I thought y'all were all good people, but instead of getting Evan for our show, Mike, you do an interview with him behind my back, and you're saving him for the 4 o'clock slot?
I did. Now, I have to open the curtain here because I didn't know I was going to be on here until about in my defense, Theo goes, Riz, you want to rock with me from 2 to 4? Sure. I said sure.
Wait a second. Wait. So he didn't say you had to be on the show, so you don't have to be on the show.
I want to be on the show, though. Are you kidding me? One thing Evan looked at me today. He goes, "You always want to be on here. The more opportunities, the better."
Yeah.
And honestly, I love being here at Duffy's too because baseball guy. Look at all the baseball games I have here.
Yeah.
I got the Mets and the Nats playing the rubber match today. We're ready to go. We got the U.S. Open coverage here. The place to be is Duffy's and Plantation.
That's right. That's the place to be. Last night we had Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The Pacers take a shocking 2-1 lead in the series that we all agreed they had no shot in. I told y'all it didn't matter what happened in Game 1. I'm riding with the Thunder to win this thing. Now they're down 2-1. Now they've got to win one in Indiana if they want to have a shot at winning the NBA Finals. It gets interesting in the NBA tonight. Like I said, Game 4 Stanley Cup Final. The U.S. Open is underway. A lot of great things happening in sports today. I want to start, though, Mike, because we got to get to this Bengals talk, too. We're gonna push that down the road. I want to start with the Pacers, who now are positioning themselves to be a literally out-of-nowhere champion. Mike, you might not be aware of this, but on Theoretically Speaking, myself, C-Cat, and Tina had an opportunity to do what we call a champions draft. So we did this in March Madness where each of us drafted 4 or 5 teams. We did it snake style, and whoever drafted the eventual champion would be crowned the winner. Tina actually won that one because she picked the Gators, I believe, I think that was her second round pick, or was it her first?
No, that was the first
overall
pick off the board. Yeah, it was Florida Gators.
Yeah. So she got it right. It is before the tournament tipped off.
It was over before you guys even had a chance to pick.
Yeah, we didn't know it at the time, but the rest of the draft was a formality. In the theoretically speaking NBA champion draft, of the 16 teams that were available, we did it after the play-in tournament was done, things got really interesting. So you would think between 3 people with 16 teams, and we were going to draft 12 of the 16 potential champions, you would think that we would have 2 people still in the fight. But, Mike, let me let you be the first to know I'm the only one left that has a chance to win the theoretically speaking NBA draft, and that's because I got the Thunder in the second round. Nobody picked the Pacers.
And there was a formality that you even got them because no one picked them.
Nobody picked the Pacers. If the Pacers win the championship, I don't know what – do we all lose the draft?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're all
Is that how
losers.
it works? The Pacers, the Heat, the Magic, and the Grizzlies were the 4 teams that went unselected. And at the time, we thought we were good. We thought we were safe. We thought that there was no opportunity for the Pacers
God, who
to get
picked
through
the Bucks over the Pacers? One of you guys picked the Bucks over the Pacers?
I think it was Tina.
Okay.
It was Tina.
I know that I can't be.
She picked them pretty early, too.
Fair enough. I mean, with Giannis on the team, they're always a threat. But I didn't think – listen, I didn't think Milwaukee was going to be winning that series just because they had Doc Rivers and company. But
Doc Rivers?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you – okay, all right, you did say what I thought you said. You're right. You didn't believe in
Doc
the Bucks
is a
because
choker.
Doc –
Doc
okay.
is a choker. And listen, I know I want to put some respect on Doc's name because he won that championship with the Celtics.
Yeah.
But at the same time, recently Doc has been a choker. I would have had them be left unselected.
The Pacers, though, we didn't believe in them. Other NBA players before the season obviously voted Tyrese Halliburton the most overrated player in the league. Folks, his own colleagues didn't believe in him. And damn it, all across the nation, there was a disbelief that this team could be a team that could win the title. In the preseason, Mike, they were 66-1. That were their odds. A long shot to win the championship this year. They're now 2 wins away from doing so.
This is going to make some Indiana Pacers angry. It's boring. They're boring. Boring team. I don't care to watch them. I don't care to watch them.
It's the, they
and honestly, on the flip side of that, I had a buddy tell me the other night, he says he hates watching the Thunder. So you got 2 teams that you don't want to watch in the NBA
who's
Finals.
Fun? Here's the question. For those people that say that the Pacers and the Thunder are boring, which teams do you enjoy watching?
Oh, I love the Knicks and the drama. I can't stand New York, but I told you, I hitched my wagon to the Knicks when my team got knocked out.
Right.
And
wait, you like the drama with the Knicks, but you don't want the Pacers?
They're boring. The Pacers don't do it for me. I don't care. I don't even – and I'm still – and how funny is this? And I'm wrong, and I'm willing to admit I'm wrong.
Okay.
I still don't think they're good. Honest to God.
Okay, now
I still don't think they're good.
The Pacers
I still don't think they're a good team. I cannot believe the run that this team has been on.
It's incredible.
I cannot.
By the way,
how many times are you going to win in the last 60 seconds of the game and have everything go your way? I'm done with them.
For my theoretically
Done
speaking
with them.
fam, I know generally you're used to hearing great takes from 2 to 4, and you usually when the clock switches to 4 and you hear Mike Rizzo and Colin Russo go after it, that's when you start to hear the idiocy. Now we're bringing it early.
To Colin's credit, he's been on the Pacers for a while. It
what
buckles
about-
down that I don't care about him.
Okay,
I don't care to watch him. I don't care about the team.
Okay,
the Thunder,
that's different. It's
SGA,
different than not being good.
SGA is a fun team. They're a good team. Their style of play kind of turns you off.
Yeah.
You know, with the foul baiting and I just think it's 2 very boring teams in the finals.
So they're 2 teams that don't create a lot of buzz or excitement outside of their own fan bases. They're 2 teams that also, for the Thunder, they can be the strongest, the most dominant team, right? They have the most 14-plus point wins in the history of the NBA. They had the largest point differential in the history of the NBA. When you talk about the regular season, 68-win team, the MVP and the scoring champion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they had everything you would expect to need to win a championship. They also were going up against a Pacers team that felt superstarless if you don't count, our guy, Tyrese Halliburton, as that. I like him down the stretch in big moments.
Are you talking about the moment?
Yeah.
Did you hear Evan's nickname for Halliburton, the
Evan,
moment?
Is Evan coining that now? Is he acting like he started that?
Didn't he start it on
Is Evan
Unsportsmanlike?
Cohen?
He said the moment. He said the moment.
C-Cat, help me out here.
Well, we were heavily
Canty
delayed, so it's
laughed
hard
at
for me
small-
to help you out there. But there's no chance in hell that it's Evan Cohen who's getting the credit for the moment.
Yeah. They're not. And it wasn't Halliburton last night either that made it all shake. The Pacers bench outscored the Thunder bench 49-18. The Pacers have always been good in this spot. Since March 10th, they have not dropped back-to-back games. They lose game 2 decidedly in Oklahoma City. They bounce back strong like they've always done. And the question today I've had for people, and I put it out there on social media, at Theo Dorsey TV on Instagram, at ESPN West Palm as well. I put it out there for you to fill me in on this because I have my answer, but I'm curious for you all. The Pacers, if they do win 2 out of the next 5 games, or 4 games, excuse me, the Pacers would be the most surprising champion since who? Because they're coached by Rick Carlisle, and I've made this point before. As a Miami Heat fan, the last time I was utterly shocked, I was absolutely dismayed at the result of an NBA Finals, was in 2011 when the Mavericks were able to outlast the Miami Heat's Big Three. That was year 1 of the Big Three. That was when J.J. Barea was locking down LeBron James somehow. It was literally the biggest blemish, the biggest black eye on LeBron James's career. And Mike Rizzo, you're a Cleveland native.
Yep.
You worship at the altar of LeBron James figuratively. Right? You're a LeBron guy.
Correct.
That was the worst moment of his career, being on that stage, having the favorite on your side, having Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, having Eric Spoelstra as your coach, and getting absolutely outclassed by a underwhelming Dallas Mavericks team, if you ask me. That actually happened. The Mavericks clinched the NBA Finals on this day back in 2011. And now here we have it again. Same head coach Rick Carlisle back at the NBA Finals stage, back with a team that nobody believed in preseason and nobody believed in even when they made it to the finals because of who they were going up against, and he has a chance to do the unthinkable again. The Pacers will be the most shocking champion in all of sports since the 2011 Mavericks, when they rained on the parade of the Big Three and the Miami Heat and LeBron James himself. And I don't think that's an overstatement based on the sport of the NBA, where it's a 7-game series, right? Like, you can pull up your favorite Super Bowl champions that came out of nowhere, and I can tell you it's a one-and-done playoff system where you can get hot, you can get lucky. There can be injury luck that gets you there, and then you find yourself being a champion. To win 4 straight 7-game series and to be a team that nobody in the world had going this far, it's absolutely remarkable. And that's what the Pacers are on the precipice of. I'm not backing off my stance. The Thunder is still going to win the NBA Finals. But if they don't, this will be the most shocking outcome since 2011.
Yeah, and I'm willing to take it a step further. I think both of these teams are probably going to be the most forgettable champions in all the 3 major cities.
Pacers and Thunder.
I think whoever wins this is the most forgettable champion. Wow. Maybe, I mean, I don't want to say ever, because I think that would be – it's forgettable for me.
If the Thunder win it, how is that forgettable? Because Shea won the scoring title, he won the MVP, he would be Finals MVP as well in this year, and he'd be what, like one of the young burgeoning superstars on one of the most dominant teams of all time? That would be a pretty big time.
See, if the Thunder turn this into if one of these teams turn this into a dynasty, then we're having a different conversation, obviously. But if it is truly a one and done, and how many times in the NBA the past 5 years have we gotten a new champion? The answer is the last 5 years we had a
6
different –
years.
6 years, yeah. So put that in perspective, too. I'm not assuming that whoever wins the championship this year based on recency bias is going to be a dynasty. And you're right. I should like the Thunder. I should like the Pacers and their come-behind wins and how fun they play, and they're a run-and-gun kind of team. It just doesn't, and I don't know how else to explain it other than it just does. The matchup doesn't do it for me. And am I part of the problem with the NBA? Absolutely.
You are.
Absolutely, because I've been spoiled with LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan my entire life. My entire life, I've had big
you didn't
stars.
get that much Jordan, though. I mean, let's not act like you're spoiled by Michael Jordan. You were like 3 years old.
I remember '98. I remember '98.
How old were you in '98?
I was 4. I remember '98.
No chance.
Do you want to know why I remember '98?
Kristen Cat, please.
No.
Do you want to? Can I tell you why I remember? My sister was born, and my brother and I had to share rooms, and we were watching the Utah game, the Game 6 game, the famous crossover to Bill Russell, on the smallest TV possible, because we had a TV in the room in the 90s, unheard of, by the way. And my brother and I were watching the small TV and Michael Jordan play that game.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And honestly, for Jordan to cross up Bill Russell 20 years post-retirement was the most – Byron Russell. Yes, I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, C-Cat, help me out here. And I know our good people here at the Duppies in Plantation can't see the man C-Cat, but maybe you can hear him add some light to this show. Are you agreeing with Rizzo here? Would this be a forgettable champion no matter who wins based on the stars that are involved? Like, I feel like I already forgot about last year's Celtics championship.
Well, yeah.
You did too. Who'd they beat?
The Celtics beat the Miami Heat. No, I'm kidding. It's
No,
a playing game.
Guys,
Yes, they beat
Luka.
Luka after he made it to the West.
Chat.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying. I would say go back baseball. Texas Rangers, Diamondbacks, that's more forgettable. If you're talking about in the scope of their own league, that's a little bit more forgettable, and it happened 2 years ago.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that behalf. If you would have asked me who played in the World Series before this last one, Yankees, Dodgers, it would have been hard. I would have got to the Texas Rangers. It would have been hard for me to remember it was the Diamondbacks, and I'm not sure if that series matters anymore anyways, because now the Dodgers are about to go on this historic run with Shohei Ohtani. That's a pretty forgettable champion.
It definitely is, and the Rangers didn't do well either.
Yeah.
Everyone was all over the ratings.
I'm sick and tired about the ratings. I don't want to hear about the ratings anymore. If the games are good, the games are good. I'm going to watch the good basketball games. I don't care if 10 million people are watching them with me or if it's one person. If this game is only broadcasted to me, that is all that matters about the enjoyment of the game. I do not care about the ratings anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. We work in sports talk radio.
Well,
These
it was
are the
a bad
championship
series,
games
too.
that are
It's
going
a
on
fight.
right now.
It's great. Fantastic. Cool. Pacers Thunder, the games have been pretty good, and that's what we have to talk about today. I don't care about the ratings.
Yeah, you know what? Let's ban that word. We're going to ban the word ratings from here to forth on Theoretically Speaking until we get back to NFL season. Maybe NFL season, regular season games is when I start caring about ratings. Because I care about, like, okay, how many people are actually tuning into this Monday Night Football showdown? How many people actually care about insert team here at this point in the season? That's when it matters to me. But I'm lockstep with you, C-Cat. I think sometimes we get too high and mighty as sports fans or even as sports journalists and start acting as if we are so heavily impacted by the ratings or offended or vindicated by them. It actually doesn't matter.
It's like, I love the Tyrese
people agree
Halliburton game winner. That was great. And then I woke up the next morning. I called Mr. Nielsen, and he told me that less people watched it. So, as a matter of fact, that wasn't the best game-winning shot in finals in the past 15 years. No. It wasn't the first shot since Michael Jordan's buzzer beater in the late 90s. Never mind, because Nielsen said it wasn't that popular.
I understand. I just think a lot of people think like the rating tells me a lot of people aren't interested. Yeah. That's what it tells me.
Yeah.
Interest level. And I'm sitting here telling you that this is going to be a forgettable matchup and forgettable champion. I think the general public would tend to agree.
Oh, well, I'm going to ask the general public. In fact, not just the general public, but the good people of Theoretically Speaking. Do you agree with Mike Rizzo? And also, if the Pacers win, they would be the most shocking champion since who I think is the 2011 Mavericks. Not forgettable at all. They are the only champions when it comes to the Mavericks franchise history. They were led by Dirk. They had Tyson Chandler, Jason Terry, the Jet. It was an amazing run from them, and I still despise Rick Carlisle for outsmarting LeBron James and Eric Spoelstra in that series. That was the last time actually that I actually shed tears as a result of a sporting event. After that, I told myself, no mas. No mas. Almost did it again. I'm looking at this picture here in this Duffy's. Again, we're at the Broward Duffy's of the Ray Allen in the corner, hitting the big three over Tony Parker. I probably would have shed tears again in that one, but Ray Allen saved the day. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. The Pacers will be the most shocking champion in any sport since who? And also, are you just bored of the NBA Finals like Mike Rizzo? Is this an unforgettable series 3 games in? Let us know. Join the good people here on Theoretically Speaking. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. That's the number to the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. The Cats are on the prowl. Can I get a growl, C-Cat? That's what I'm talking about. The Florida Panthers are en route to try and make their mark as the actual dynasty of the NHL. They win 2 more games. They have back-to-back Stanley Cup championships and 3 straight appearances. And we're talking about a team that is going to be able to have a long-lasting effect on the state of hockey. They also would be barring Connor McDavid, someone who we all herald as one of the greatest to ever slide on the ice. I say he doesn't skate, he slides.
Dude, he's
He
unreal.
slides. He don't skate, he slides. There's something different about the way that guy goes back and forth. We say that they're going to be one of the greatest teams, and they might shut him out of winning a Stanley Cup final. Soon on this show, we're going to talk about the greatest athletes who went ringless in their careers, how the Panthers can make McDavid join that list. Plus, later on, we got Zaslow from Zaslow Show 2.0 on ESPN Radio. He's going to jump in here with us, talk some Cats, talk some Miami sports. We also got to get to the big Bengals showdown, the situation between their first-round pick, their elite pass rusher in Trey Hendrickson, and really anybody that puts on a uniform for them, because they know they might not get compensated for their efforts. It's going to be a fun day here. A lot of Panthers pregame all the way up through the coverage of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. C-Cat's back in the studio. Mike Rizzo is right here with me. And before we go to break, I got to let you know what's going down out there in the U.S. Open. It's the opening round in C-Cat. It's time for a U.S. Open leaderboard update.
Yeah, it's well apparent. I'm well in tune with the golf. And this leaderboard update is brought to you by Pain Care Florida. At Pain Care Florida, their specialists use state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today. This leaderboard update is also brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Kaiser University, and PGA Golf Club. Well, remember at the Players Championship, Sawgrass, TPC, earlier in this golf season, J.J. Spawn almost ruined everybody's day by beating Rory McIlroy in the playoff, and then he just wet down his leg. Well, apparently that is not the last we're going to hear about J.J. Spawn this golf season, because J.J. Spawn had a bogey-free 4-under to set the tone here today at Oakmont Country Club in Pennsylvania. He leads the pack at 4-under. That's the first bogey-free round at the U.S. Open at Oakmont since Dustin Johnson did it round 1 in 2016. Tristan Lawrence is solo second at 3-under, just one shot off the lead. And then you have Siwoo Kim tied for third with Brooks Koepka with Sam Burns at 2-under. Brooks Koepka was at even, and then he eagled the third hole. That is your leaderboard update, brought to you by Pain Care Florida.
Thank you, Catman. You kind of went into your smooth Catman in the morning days. He kind of heroed back to his country music persona. Did you go smooth voice on that back when you did Catman in the mornings in Oklahoma, or were you more like rowdy because it was country? I don't know what that vibe is.
You kind of wake people up. You know, people might be miserable going to their job at 6, 7 a.m., so you want to keep it up-tempo, keep it happy. I think you keep the smooth and cool and collected for a nighttime drive, maybe with a date on your right arm for later. So in the morning, an example of one of the voice tracks, what you will. That was Thomas Red here on 107.1 KNID. Up next, some Luke Combs. And by the way, did you hear about the elementary school down the road? Yeah, fire drill. You won't want to hear this story. And then you kind of do one of those things.
See, I would rather do a smooth. I would rather do a much like sign me up for like an R&B or jazz.
No, but then you fall asleep at the wheel and then you crash off the bridge. That's what happens if you do smooth, cool, and collected. You fall asleep in the morning.
I guess you're right. I'll have to find my second coming, my second calling here in radio, because I can't be yapping with people like Mike Rizzo all day. It takes a lot out of me. He starts talking all this crap about Shamar Stewart, and he starts backing the Bengals, and it gets me a little bit erratic. So got to find me a second calling where I can kind of soothe, be cool.
Little smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
Mike, did you ever do music radio? You've been radio for like 10 years. Never had to find your way doing music?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. I did some investigative. Boys, I did TV at WOUB in Athens, Ohio.
Hey.
We did investigative journalism, and I shadowed one of the greats down there in Athens.
His name, huh?
And he asked me after
one of the greats.
He asked me after. He goes, "What'd you think of the internship?" And I was straight up honest with him. I said, "You know what? I found out I don't want to go into investigative journalism.
Wow.
What was it, like
But
knocking
yeah,
on
I
doors?
knew sports. I honestly, God, I'm terrible. I forgot the name.
Is that guy one of the greats actually, or did you call him one of the greats?
And I can't remember Rick's last name, so I'm not gonna.
I bet his name wasn't even Rick. He just made that up. More Mike Lies on the other side. This is Theoretically Speaking from the Plantation Duffies on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast, professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
It's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and ESPN 106.3 is your home for the Stanley Cup Final. The Panthers, the Oilers, live, streaming everywhere, and on the air, Lord Stanley lives here. Tonight, it's Game 4. We're live in Sunrise at 7:30 here on ESPN 106.3.
Duffy's Sports Grill is raising a glass to the class of 2025. Every graduation deserves a party, and Duffy's is the place to celebrate. Reserve your spot now and let Duffy's handle it all. With private party spaces, party platters, and custom menus for groups of 12 or more. Plus, now through June 15th, get a $10 MVP bonus for every $50 in gift cards you grab. Level up your graduation at Duffy's. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to book your party today. Duffy's, our game is always on.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
Marlin's Flanagan's Fest is back. Saturday, June 21st. It's one of the most anticipated nights of the season, featuring the coveted Flanagan's Marlins jersey. Only available through a special ticket package. The first fans through the gates also get a free limited edition Marlins Flanagan's Cup. And yes, Flanagan's food will be served at select concession stands while supplies last. Jerseys sell out fast. Lock in your tickets now at marlins.com/Flanagan's.
Get ready to elevate your driving experience with the all-new 2025 Range Rover Velar P250 Dynamic SE. A stunning blend of luxury performance and technology that will make every drive unforgettable. Right now, you can lease the new Velar for just $809 per month for 36 months. Yes, only $809 a month for a luxury SUV that sets new standards on the road. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take advantage of this incredible offer. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that wants to learn more about careers with Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We have Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight, Panthers-Oilers. We had Game 3 of the NBA Finals last night, Pacers and Thunder. And I've got word from, I'm going to call him Green Shirt Man here at the W's and Plantation. Green Shirt Man said the Thunder ain't losing again. And Mike, his only reasoning for it?
He can't stand Indiana.
I never met anybody that had a feud against Indiana. So it's interesting. It's interesting things. Now, I'm not going to be able to talk back and forth to my dog because we're in the middle of a radio show. So I got to keep going forward. He does not like Indianapolis, though. C-Cat. And also, we're getting a lot of Oilers chants. Can you please help us out?
Yeah.
Just make a push to my Panthers fans, my Rat Pack, dog. Where are they at?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. People in Edmonton and people from Canada don't work. So that's why they're able to go to Duffy's in the middle. You know, they're actually at work. These homeless bums who had a hitchhike to Plantation, Florida. They couldn't afford a room in Sunrise, so they got to make the commute over.
C-Cat, you don't have to deal with them in person. You're picking a fight that you don't have to be in the battle of.
Correct, dude. Hey, Canadians can brawl too, man. I'm not trying to get into a scrum here, Christian.
If y'all come over here trying to fight, just wait 55 minutes for C-Cat to drive down here and join us.
367 Okeechobee Boulevard. I'll be waiting.
Oh, God, Christian. Stop it, Christian, stop
Panthers fans, please join us. Give us some security. Give us some help. We are in imminent danger. You know what could be in imminent danger? Your household, if you don't put up a big barrier to that heat. It is getting hotter and hotter out here in South Florida. And as the playoffs are heating up, your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. And with over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts right now. Don't sweat the small stuff. EDSIsYes.com. And as y'all know, I've been a Gold Plan member for EDS, and I am very well taken care of. No concerns in the Dorsey household. There will be a lot of concerns in Emirates Bank Arena, though, tonight if the Panthers can't get it done. Mike, selfishly, I would prefer for the Cats to win in 6. That way we can actually have a big, nice celebration in Sunrise here on the home ice. I can be there for it to watch history happen. But then that would mean that the Panthers would have to lose a game.
Yeah,
so,
I'm okay with the Panthers winning out. Okay. I'm okay with them winning in Edmonton.
Cool.
And the Oilers fans are
I've never seen so many Oilers fans in my life. Don't y'all have free health care out there? It's just like Okay.
There you go. They are Heat fans.
They're Heat fans as well.
And
so
Oilers
we'll give them a
fans,
pass.
Christian. But I'm okay with them just winning out and getting a title. Title's a title.
Yeah.
I understand that you want to celebrate with your home fans.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Panthers are operating like that. If they could take advantage of winning these games, I think they are. And I got to give.
You don't think the Panthers would do that for me, Mike? You don't think they would just give up one game so they could win it on the home ice so I could be there for it?
Christian, Theo is being very selfish.
Yeah.
He's being very selfish.
Is that wrong of me to root for that?
No, it's not wrong for you.
Right.
If you were
it's
a day
kind of like
one,
human nature.
It's kind of it's you know what? It's very transparent. Like you could lie and say that you were born a Panthers fan, a Florida Panthers fan, and that you've been waiting for this day for day to day, just waiting for it, and you'll take it any way it comes. But no, you kind of want a Panthers Stanley Cup final win on your own terms. I admire that, to being able to admit that.
That honesty that you get from me right here on Theoretically Speaking, you can get nowhere else. No other journalist, no other respected radio host will be that open and vulnerable with you and say, I want the team to win it here so I can be there for it.
I'll tell you what, the NHL wants it to go 7.
Right.
I'll tell you that. Yeah. The NHL wants it to go 7. And I think as our guy at the bar is doing the money sign, it's going to make more dollars and get people more interested. Here's the thing:
is that what the Thunder quiet quit last night? They wanted to
they wanted to go 7 and beat Theatric. Listen, fair play to
that's the old school Warriors thing. Talk about blowing games to the Clippers in order to get more home games there at the Oracle. Yeah.
Oh
now. I think you guys would agree with me that hockey's had a great year from the Four Nations, the Four Nations tournament, which was fantastic.
Of course. They're rooting. They're chanting Canada now. Not
listen,
Team Canada.
I'm a red-blooded American, brother. Yeah. I root for the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hockey, keep rooting. Hockey's having a great year, boys, because of the Four Nations. And I think if this series does go 7, or at least continues to draw a lot of interest with good games, it's going to be great.
We're about to jump on the Get Around, which is our vehicle to hit all of the hot topics across the nation from city to city. Before we do that, I want to tell you the Get Around is brought to you by Duffy Sports Grill. C-Cat, are you looking?
Wow.
If you're watching us on YouTube right now at ESPN West Palm, of course, you can always stream us on the ESPN app. Or, of course, watch us live on YouTube. You can see the firecracker shrimp we have right here, delicately placed, looking absolutely amazing. We just got these dropped off. We also have the Tex-Mex, what are these? Egg rolls.
They're the best. So I actually heard that Uncle Steve Politziner, the Good Karma Brand's president, turned me on to those. I've been eating them ever since.
So after Uncle Steve turned you on, what else did he do after that? Did he tell you about the egg rolls?
Yeah, I guess I walked into that
what was
one,
next?
didn't I? I guess I walked into that.
Did he at least, he got you to Duffy's
He told me, he got me to Duffy's. He goes, Riz, you got to get the egg rolls.
Okay.
And I got the egg rolls, and they've been a go-to ever since. But Christian Firpoiti, I walked right into that.
Yeah, well, you got me drooling back here in the studio looking at those menu items. You kidding me? Like, if you order the Major League, Major League Burger, don't show me it. You can tell me you order the Major League Burger. Don't tell me.
Walked right into that one, guys. I got to wear that one.
Yes. The Major League Burger, that's my typical order, but also you can't go wrong when you get a nice starter in front of you. We have a couple of options we're going to be digging through here as soon as we go to break. And again, Duffy Sports Grill is also raising a glass to the class of 2025. If you want to eat like kings, eat like champions, eat like MVPs like myself and Mike Rizzo are about to do, well, maybe you schedule your graduation party at your nearest Duffy's. Duffy'sMVP.com. That's where you need to go to reserve your private party space. You get party platters. You can get custom menus for groups of 12 or more. You can get your hands on some of these Tex-Mex egg rolls. And, of course, the firecracker shrimp, little Asian coleslaw right on the bottom of that. It gives you a little spicy, a little sweet. It's a perfect mixture. Also, 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day at every single Duffy Sports Grill, no matter the day, no matter the time. 80 or more televisions in every location. Now through June 15th. You got 3 days. Now to June 15th. When you buy $50 in Duffy's gift cards, you get an extra $10 MVP bonus. Level up your graduation parties. Visit Duffys.com today and make sure, DuffysMVP.com, you can lock in and get your space party planned out by the experts here. It's going to be fun. And remember, at Duffy's, our game is always on. Mike, as we're about to get up on this get-around, I just want to give a PSA. The Oiler fans are gone, so the space is clear.
Not safe space anymore. I cleared them out for you guys. You're welcome. How about that?
I appreciate that.
They said they got to go get ready for the game.
Yeah, they got to get ready. You're not playing in it. Stop acting.
So,
you got real locked in.
Theo, I've got a challenge for you. Let's see how good of a professional you are. We're going to do the get-around, and by the time I finish our first stop of the get-around, I want you to finish a complete egg roll. Can you do that?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so do you want me? Okay, go. Let's go.
So let's get on the get-around.
What you mean you don't know?
That's the way to go. All right. What's our first stop, CK?
Next stop.
We are going to stop in San Francisco, California, because 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey apparently is getting back into form after a bunch of injuries derailed his 2024 campaign. He looks like he is all good to go. McCaffrey said he feels great. A lot of time rehabbing, building back, starting from scratch. How many running backs would you take to start the 2025 NFL season before you took CMC?
I would just take 2.
Yeah?
I want to leave it at that.
So if you're listening on the FM dial, Theo is maybe 30% of the way through that egg roll. Like this is.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
It's still in both your cheeks, not even just in one cheek anymore.
Wow, that's crazy for you to say.
Theo's double cheeked up with Uncle Steve's egg roll.
No. Mike told me that this would happen in private.
Christian, can I? I'll give you 2 as Theo finishes chewing.
Just give me the 2. You know it's 2 I'm talking about.
It's Barkley and Henry. Would you go anywhere else? Barkley and Derrick Henry?
I would go Barkley and I would go Bijan Robinson, actually.
Okay, you won't go Henry.
And the only thing is, CMC has a higher ceiling. I think CMC can produce at a higher level than what we've seen from Bijan Robinson, but I believe in Bijan to last all 17 games more than I can believe in CMC at this stage. And yes, Barkley is the clear-cut number 1. He would have had the all-time record for rushing yards if he wanted it last year, but instead he wanted a Super Bowl title. He could have had both.
Yeah.
Give me Barkley, give me Bijan Robinson, and give me CMC.
No respect on Henry, though. That guy had an unbelievable year last year.
Henry, I love Henry.
He's the definition of, consistency and being good for years.
Here's what I'll say. Love Henry. Love the production level you get out of him. He's less versatile than Barkley and CMC, less wiggle, a little bit less of a threat in the pass game. Also, Henry's production was amplified by Lamar Jackson. We just saw in that very same offense the year before Henry got there, Gus Edwards had a career year. Derrick Henry had a damn near career year when it comes to yards before contact, and that is because of the run fit issues that Lamar Jackson causes defenses. I love me some Derrick Henry. He's right up there in the top 5 or top 6. He's not Barkley, CMC, Bijan, or even Jahmyr Gibbs. I take Jahmyr Gibbs.
Theo, you got to give him some respect for Tennessee, though, man. That Tennessee run that he had, he was the best running back.
We're talking about this year.
Talking about this year, though.
Listen, I understand the point, but I think he was successful before Lamar, and I think next year he's going to have another great year.
He will, but his success this past year was amplified by Lamar, and there were times in which he was shut down until the end of the game when teams were worn down. He saw a lane, and he shot down the field 80 yards or so. I'm not discrediting Henry. Remember, C-Cat, I was saying before the season, we're not talking enough about Henry's impact.
I think, boys, we're due for a new batch of running backs.
Really?
I think, Bijan Robinson could be the crop of the young backs that are coming up. I think a lot of good running backs got drafted this year as well.
Omarion Hampton, Ashton Genty.
Yep, and don't forget, you know where
Caleb Johnson.
Come on, keep going.
Travion Henderson.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to go Quinshawn Johnson.
And thank you.
He's a Browns and Browns and Ohio State.
There you go. But at the same time, Theo, take those guys aside. All those names you made, I think they can make an immediate impact on the team.
So Theo, I want to
position's in a good place.
I want to go back to one. You would take Jahmyr Gibbs over Christian McCaffrey to start the season?
Yes, that's why I traded you McCaffrey for Gibbs in our fantasy football keeper league. Yes, C-Cat.
The one thing is, let's see how good Jahmyr Gibbs if it was a 18-week season where he was the bell cow running back. Because he had, was it David Robinson? Who was the
David Montgomery? He's
Montgomery.
Still there.
Exactly. I'm saying, how effective would Jahmyr Gibbs if he was being asked?
Y'all have called up the names of David Robinson and Bill Russell today. We've only been.
I didn't say Bill Russell.
You said Bill Russell.
I said Brian Russell.
You did. We can call.
We got the tape, Christian.
You said Michael
Is
Jordan.
it one of those moments where we got to look back at the tape?
He said Michael Jordan crossed up Bill Russell Game 6.
I swear I said Brian Russell.
I
But
promise you did.
I apologize if I did.
Who are you apologizing to? Bill Russell?
Yes.
He's passed.
Yes. Well, guess what? The ghost of the great Bill Russell,
Okay. He
who won
apologizes to him.
numerous NBA rings, can still hear me.
Okay. I don't know if he's listening to you. C-Cat, yes. Jahmyr Gibbs over CMC this year. He's more explosive. He's younger. He is faster than CMC at this page. And I do think in that Lions offense, they're probably going to lean heavier on him than in the past because of the fact that you lose Ben Johnson. It's like, okay, we just got to get the ball in the hands of our best player. He's the most explosive with the ball in his hands.
Next stop.
Let's go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, because we often talk about super fans in the NFL. Some of them got a screw loose, and I think this guy fits that mold because an Eagles fan named Joe the Wizard 55 on TikTok. He got Jason Kelce tattooed on his forearm. And it's not just Jason Kelce maybe snapping a football, maybe for a tush push for a championship, right? This isn't anything like that. It is a naked Jason Kelce, where I won't describe which part of the body, but a part of his body that is not one of his limbs is an Philadelphia Eagle.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Jason Kelce quote tweeted a copy of the video and said, "I'm not sure if I should be offended or flattered if someone got a Theo Dorsey nude picture tattooed on their forearm. How would you respond?"
I would be offended. That's weird. I think that having a tattoo of another man's face on you at the jump is always going to be a little strange. Having a tattoo of a naked man on you who you do not know, he's not like this is like some kind of historic figure. It's not like the Statue of David or anything like that where that's the way he was depicted. No. It's just Jason Kelce. You've never even seen him naked. That means you use your imagination. You had a tattoo artist use his imagination to draw a naked Jason Kelce on you, and then you put an eagle where the only part where I guess you didn't want to go too far. Right. I guess is that what he's saying, or is he saying like the Eagles are as strong and girthy as what he believes Jason Kelce to be? I don't know. It's too many weird mixed signals there. I hate it, and I hope that if he does have a family, they respect him way less now.
Christian, what was this gentleman's name on TikTok?
Let's go back
to TikTok too. That's kind of
it was on TikTok. I think it was Joe the Wizard 55 on TikTok.
Yeah, Joe the Wizard 55 on TikTok. I think he needs to kind of reassess everything. I think he's got to do full. I think Christian. I think Joe the Wizard 55 needs a factory reset. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think you. Getting the tattoo is like, all right, wow, I'll get this attention. My TikTok did great. Jason Kelce replied to it, and there's the day after, and then there's like, oh, so this is on me forever, is it? Okay, so
where you got Jason Kelce's tattooed on your arm.
And like his daughter and son's like, what's this, Dad? It's like, well, you see, there was a really good center on the Philadelphia Eagles. But listen, I know you think I'm crazy. He also has a really good podcast. So does that make it better?
Oh my God,
Joe the Wizard.
Also, what do you do if because here's the thing, in modern day these days, like sometimes the people that are heroes of this decade become villains of the next. Like, I mean, growing up, one of the most influential artists of my childhood and teenagerhood, and there goes the tattoo if you're watching this on YouTube, one of the most influential artists, and back then if you told me if there's any artist in the world you might get a tattoo of on you, I would have said Kanye West.
Yeah.
I love the graduation. I love 808s and Heartbreak. I was a huge Kanye fan.
Me too. How'd that age?
That's what I'm saying. You get a tattoo of Kanye back then, and today you got to kind of like, you're going to have to cover it up. That means you got to get a second tattoo. You got to pay the tattoo artist more to figure out some things. I'm just saying, it's a big risk to tattoo somebody, especially a living man.
Right.
Like tattoo Tupac on yourself or something like that.
Yeah.
A living man, he still has time to make some change.
Or our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, that guy too. Well, he's still living.
So, on the line of tattoos, if tattooing another man on your body is kind of, out of bounds, how about tattooing a signature on your body? Because I think that's a pretty cool move, a way to make that one interaction last forever. Where do you fall with that?
I'm still out on that because that means that, so what, you got this man to sign you? You got this man to put his autograph on your body?
Yeah, so a woman might
maybe it's my toxic masculinity. I'm good. As a man, as a woman can do whatever she want to do. I'm not going to tell her what to do with her body, all right? I ain't the government.
So, like, wow,
Christian,
I met Derek Jeter at Yankee Stadium, and I had nothing for him to sign, so he signed my calf. I can't get that tattooed now?
I can't think of anybody in this world who I would let tattoo their autograph onto me, man.
I'm all good, and I'm not autograph guy. Are you guys like,
I'll take an autograph.
I'm not like, hey, I need this guy.
Like I'm not fiending for it.
The only autograph I would even
Jesus Christ,
Sean Junkins.
Yes, my Lord and Savior, who has saved me numerous times. But at the same time,
I got news for you. If he comes down to sign you, it's gonna be
realistically probably like Braun. Probably Braun. That's probably the only signature that I would actually hold value.
Would you stand in line for a LeBron James tattoo?
God no.
Oh, for
God no. And listen, I'm not even talking about a tattoo. I'm talking about just an autograph in general. Like Christian.
So if Wayne Gretzky walked in here right now and said, "We're at the Plantation,"
yeah, I'm good.
And he said, "I'll give an autograph to anybody who wants it, not on your body, just like an autographed Wayne Gretzky picture," you would turn it down.
I'm all right. I don't need an autograph.
I would take take it. I wouldn't do much with it, but I'll take it.
But Christian, you know my phobia of needles, so I'm out on tattoos as it is. And especially getting another man.
Why does know your? What were you trying to offer him?
A sleepover, you know when you can't sleep and you're both in the sleeping bags on the floor and you stay up late just in conversation? It just came up, like last night when he hung out.
Oh,
right? No. We talked about it on Russo and Rizzo.
Okay, gotcha.
About a week and a half ago.
My bad. That's all the callback.
A question, have you guys ever gotten henna tattoos?
What's that?
Against my will, yes, at this little camp thing. I think it was like an intern activity I did back when I interned for like NBC Sports.
Yeah, so
it was like all on my arm for like a 3 or 4 days.
Those things.
Okay. So a needleless, non-permanent, maybe it lasts for like a month at most tattoo. When I went to Virginia Beach when I was maybe 8 years old, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So like motocross, the brand Fox, that cool ass logo. I got that right on my bicep. When I went to Virginia Beach, and I had it when I went back to school. So that was the only tattoo I've ever gotten, and it was a henna tattoo.
My wife's been trying to convince me to get matching tattoos with her. Neither one of us have any ink right now. We are inkless. She's been trying to convince me to get matching tattoos with her, and I've been putting it off. It's been about 2 or 3 years I've been winning this war, so we'll see how much longer I can put up the fight.
Maybe if the Chiefs sign a really good center and he becomes the reason why they win a couple of Super Bowls, maybe then you get a nude picture of that center on your forearm.
Creed Humphrey? We're waiting.
Wow.
next. Stop.
Yes, the Pacers took Game 3 at home yesterday in the NBA Finals, 116-107. And Theo pointed out this moment with Brian Windhorst of Iman Shumpert talking about how scary, downright scary, Tyrese Halliburton is when he gets a rebound and goes in transition.
The direct correlation between him getting a rebound and pushing the ball. Like, him pushing that tempo is scary to me. When we talk about things that scare me, that scares me. I wouldn't like that. And things that scare me, I'm not willing to go do it. I don't get scared of the roller coaster and then be the first one on the roller coaster. No. I'm not going to we might not go to the amusement park. But Tyrese Halliburton getting a rebound and turning into a run out, no thank you. I've seen it. It's good. It's a great movie. You're not watching it no more.
Yeah.
You're not watching it. I'm breaking the DVD player. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over, says Iman Shumpert, in terms of Tyrese Halliburton getting a rebound, going in transition. What sticks out that makes Tyrese Halliburton special to get the Pacers a 2-1 series lead against the Thunder?
That's his thing. It's his willingness to push the pace at all costs. It's his unselfishness where he doesn't care at all about his statistics. He cares about getting the most efficient shot every single time down the court. And that's the very reason why he also, it's hard to consider him a superstar. It's hard because he doesn't assert himself. He doesn't. He plays within the flow of the game. He makes sure that, like, whatever Rick Carlisle would like, he's like the coach on the court. I respect him for it. I love him for it, but that's the reason why we get disappearing acts from him. What intrigued me by that is Shump was known for his defensive prowess. Shump pointed out that would be his main concern if he was the Thunder. And on the other side, you know who was allowing him to get a lot of those defensive rebounds and sometimes offensive boards? You know who was allowing him to push the pace? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We are not holding him accountable enough. Following 3 games of these NBA Finals, where I would say he's had 2 bad games, both Game 1 and Game 3, he has been the reason why the Thunder have lost. Now, we look at the Tyrese Halliburton shot. You remember what happened before that shot?
A miss SGA jumper, right?
From 9 feet out.
It stinks because for SGA, it was a bad 3 minutes in Game 1. Kid was
Terrible.
unreal. Kid was unreal for 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
And then the final 3 minutes of the game, it just completely unraveled.
In Game 3, Shai got absolutely unraveled from the jump from his Canadian cohort. Nimhart, who was guarding him, his friend from Team Canada, a guy he's known from childhood. He got under his skin. Shai, by the end of the game, had lost his will to play. Shai, by the end of the game, was quiet quitting on his team, not boxing out to go get rebounds, not giving effort when he didn't have the ball on offense, not really rotating as quickly as you would see him in the past. We can't herald him as this two-way star, as this guy who is going to be fighting for face of the league if he gives that kind of effort. It was Luka Doncic-esque.
Oh, wow.
Not all the way, but it was Luka Doncic-esque the way the Pacers were blowing by him, targeting him, and Tyrese Halliburton was taking advantage of him on the boards as well.
Dag Hall will make adjustments. The Thunder are good. They're the best defensive team in the league.
Yeah, but they didn't show it.
They did not show it last night. Now, quickly on Halliburton, he's the ultimate teammate. That's what I'll say. He's the ultimate teammate, willing to do whatever it is to win. The problem is when he has the 4-point, 5-point, 8-point stink or something.
He's going to do it again in Game 4. I think they're going to dog him out in Game 4. They're going to focus on shutting him out of the game again. Thunder got a little lackadaisical. They took their feet off the gas last night. Don't believe they have that luxury again for Game 4 in Indianapolis. C-Cat, that was the get-around, and as I eat here, I'm starting to need to kind of wet the palate a little bit, and I think you know who I need to call.
Hey, Culligan man!
There it is. There it is. You know what it is when it comes to Culligan water. You know, the summer is officially here, and the temperatures are rising. But your water should not be full of those mystery floaties. Have you ever got a chance to actually take a good look of what's in your water in your home? See, Culligan has water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. Try Culligan out today for just $10 a month. Try Culligan today for $10 a month so you can stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Water is essential to the body. Water is essential to the soul. You know, not only is most of Earth made up of water, your body is as well. It mirrors the Earth. And Culligan wants to make sure that the water that you're putting in your body is good for you. It's nurturing for you. All right? Stay cool, stay hydrated, stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com to schedule your free water test. That's Culligan.com Tap in with the good people. Let them show you what's in your water, show you how to get it out of there, and be reminded that Florida has some of the worst drinking water in all of America. All right? I'm trying to look out for you the way Culligan looked out for me. Culligan.com, or just open up your front door, peek out the side, and yell,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
But also sign up for the free water test, because that doesn't always work. It's not 100%. It's not 100%. It's like a Jalen Williams free throw. On the other side, we have the happy hour. We have the happy hour here for Theoretically Speaking. We are, of course, on site here at the Plantation Duffy's. The Duffy's in Plantation, Florida, near Sunrise Arena, where we have the Amerant Bank Arena going to be hosting the Panthers and the Oilers for Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Pull up on us. We'll be here through 7:30. We got Russo and Rizzo starting at 4, Jonathan Zaslow starting at 6, and, of course, game coverage right here on ESPN 106.3 at 7:30. Pull up on us. Let's have some fun. Be an MVP like me. Theo Dorsey is Mike Rizzo. It's CCAT. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet, Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur, and most certainly never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
The sounds of summer are all around us. Whether it's an epic pool party or that road trip you've always dreamed of. The one sound that's there for every summer moment? The sound of an ice-cold Coca-Cola. This summer, pick up a Coke at your closest retailer and enjoy. Brought to you by Coke Florida, your local Coca-Cola bottler, serving local communities for 10 years.
Attention business owners, the next several months are going to be super busy. Why not let us take some of the burden off of you? Get the help you need from Intelligent Office in Palm Beach Gardens. Professional live receptionists to answer, screen, and forward all of your calls to you live. Why do you need a virtual assistant? No high salaries, no holidays or sick pay, no call-outs, no turnover, and no additional equipment. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to learn more how we can help you streamline your day.
Introducing the bold, the powerful, the all-new 2025 Range Rover Sport P530 Dynamic SE. A luxury SUV that commands attention with its refined design, dynamic performance, and cutting-edge technology. Lease the 2025 Range Rover Sport for just $15.29 per month for 36 months. Drive in style, power, and comfort, all for just $15.29 a month. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take the new Range Rover Sport for a spin. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. Coming to you from the Duffy's at Plantation. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. It is the happy hour of Theoretically Speaking. If you're watching us on YouTube, again, at ESPN West Palm, you can see my guy Mike Rizzo right alongside of me. Say what's up to the good people, Mike. Good people. There we go. That was saying something. Oh, he got booed. The good people didn't.
Would be the first.
Sea-Cats on the other side of the glass, really on the other side of South Florida, back home in West Palm at the City Play Studios. He was already graced by the presence of Evan Cohen. By the way, I was told we have an Evan Cohen appearance coming up around the 4 o'clock hour. Sea-Cat, can you rate his good people?
Mike Rizzo's good people? I got to say, we've had 2 different renditions from the 4 to 6 slot. We had Colin Russo, who did an impromptu impersonation that came out of left field. No one asked him to, and It was okay. Rizzo, I didn't feel it in your heart, I'll be honest. It's like you did the good people because Theo was in front of you.
I was put on the spot in my defense. But
like,
all right, do you want me to try to give it?
I wasn't telling you to even say good people. I was just telling you to say hello. I didn't know. Okay. All right, you give it to him. All right. On your time, on your board.
3, 2, 1.
Good people. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
You're going really hard. Is it because he put a real big pop on that P on the people? As well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, do I sound that country, though? It's a little country.
Well, you are from H-Town.
Okay.
Well, are we trying to sound like Theo or do a better good people than Theo? That's kind of the determination.
H-Town. Did you
I was trying to sound like
H-Town. Okay, got you. Yeah. I didn't know I sounded that country. I had to go back and review. I got to review the tapes. You know how sometimes when people impersonate you, that's when you learn the most about yourself. I'll never forget in college I learned that I walk with a lean because these girls who I think these girls were like, don't tell my wife this, I think these girls just liked me. They were flirting with me and they were trying to do a little impersonation of me and they started walking with this big like I'm the hunchback of Notre Dame or something. And that's when I found out I might have a little scoliosis. Do you see the same thing? Do I walk with a lean?
Yeah, I try
to straighten it up.
It's a strut. I like it.
It's not a strut.
It's your strut.
I have scoliosis. I'm not trying to walk like that.
But
Stephen A. Smith
walk with purpose. You walk with purpose.
Okay.
I got to give you that. But Colin and I always get on our partner John O'Terry.
Doing it right now. I don't walk like that.
You walk with a purpose. I like it.
I see the opposite. The purpose
You gotta
not even
strut.
to try to get where you're going quickly.
No,
the purpose
no.
is to make sure everyone looks at you when you're walking.
Oh my God.
No, me, Theo. I'm kind of very what's the word when you're like worried about something?
Anxious.
Trepidatious?
No, not anxious.
A mess.
Worried about something.
A mess.
Anxious?
Like I hate how I walk because
Really?
I'm flat-footed.
Okay.
And like I kind of walk kind of outwards.
Duck foot?
You know what I
you're
mean?
like
So
pigeon
like
toed.
yeah, and no, the opposite of pigeon
Oh,
toed.
boat? Are you a little boat-legged?
They called me the duck. Growing
Oh,
up.
you got a little duck walk to you.
Because I had a I
little waddle.
had a size 12 foot in like the 6th grade, and
Yeah.
I was like 5. You know what I mean? So like I was walking like a duck. You know what so like that was always something. So like I always admired someone who kind of walked with purpose and walked with a strut.
Yeah.
So
So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So
for
you
sure.
admire me a little bit.
Yeah. I admire the way you walk. Now, a partner of ours, John O'Terry, he is an MC. Colin says he walks with no momentum, and I think it's one of the funniest things he's ever came up with.
He kind of glides a little bit.
That's right, but like he doesn't move his arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me, subconscious, by the way, is the word I was looking for.
Subconscious.
Me being as subconscious I am with the way I walk, I've kind of fixed it.
Self-conscious?
I've kind of fixed it a little bit.
Okay.
You know, so.
Yeah. Self-conscious.
Yeah, but you know the song "Walk with a Waddle" by Gorilla Zoe?
No.
My brother's friends used to blast it.
I know Walk with a Deal.
Waddle. Walk with a
You
waddle.
sure it's not walk with it deal?
No, Walk with a Waddle.
I've never
Gorilla
heard that
Zoe.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
We're learning everything. We're learning a lot about each other here at Duffy's. Ahead of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final, Panthers, Oilers. There's a stat out there. The team that wins Game 3 when it's knotted up 1-1 goes on to win the Stanley Cup Final. Out of the last 30 times, 23 out of the last 30 times. They're 23-7. The team that wins Game 3, the Panthers, did just that. They won it 6-1. They'll have a chance to put a stranglehold. They'll have a chance to put the Oilers up on the brink of elimination tonight if they can get another good showing, not just out of Bobrovsky, but also out of the attack. The Panthers were dominant from the jump last time we saw them on the ice. What was it, 56 seconds in, Marchand got the first goal of the game, and I think they're still scoring from Game 3. It was that ugly, but it was enjoyable. So we'll see how the Knights matches up to that. Of course, we are in the happy hour. No Tina today, but we're still going to get our cocktail of the day. Maybe we'll get our lovely waitress, Corey, to hook us up with something off the menu, just to not give it to us. CCAT, because are we still not allowed to drink on the air? Is that still a rule?
It's still a rule. It hasn't changed yet.
It's still a good Karma brand.
And, I think the worst possible day to do that is when El Capitan, Evan Cohen's in the state of Florida. He'll come and get you. He'll grab you by the collar the night of.
He would. What is he in South Florida for? Did you ever find out? Is that public knowledge? Is he
No.
here for the
I couldn't
Panthers
get it.
game?
I couldn't get it out of him.
Why?
No?
Why were you trying to?
I wasn't trying to. I just asked.
Oh. No, I don't know why he was in town, but he's in town for a quick trip, and, he would come and get you, Theo, if you tried to drink on air.
Okay, but maybe there's going to be some Dolphins fans might drink to this news ahead of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. We saw in Game 3, the Panthers brought out Bam Adebayo to go bam bam on the drum. He brought with him the OG Udonis Haslem, who I realize now it was Haslem's birthday. Bam Adebayo and Udonis Haslem, Heat lifers, Heat legends, they were in the house to bang the drum ahead of the 6-1 Panthers win. C-Cat, if I told you a legendary Dolphins player would be in the house tonight to bang the drum ahead of the game this time around, who would you guess? Give me 3 guesses. I'm not sure if you're going to get this one.
Ricky Williams.
Give yourself the incorrect answer buzzer.
Okay.
I don't have that.
Dan Marino.
Nice. Do it again. All right, last chance.
Legendary Dolphin. Tony Siragusa.
Okay, that you didn't even try. What the hell are you talking
Rest in peace.
Who the hell is
dead. He's a good lineman. I think he would play with the Ravens and the Dolphins.
Who the hell is that? Rest in peace. Didn't want to speak ill
from my
of the dead.
hometown too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
his son played at St. Ignatius and was good buddies with me.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry about
good
your
dude. It's all
brothers,
good.
your
Oh yeah,
brother
and
dad.
he never played for the Dolphins apparently. It just Colts
played
and
for the
Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I thought
he
he
played
had.
for the Ravens.
I knew that. I thought he played eventually for the Dolphins.
And Christian,
You put him
honest
in
to
the
God,
penalty box?
you convinced me that he did with how confident you were with that answer. So fair play to you.
Goodness gracious.
So,
Okay, what
so
if I
who's
said
banging
that
the drum from the Dolphins?
He was a defensive lineman. His sister is a prominent sports personality. He is none other than Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor, and this is reportedly, right? I don't know if this is confirmed, but our guy Josh Mosner, the Mose Knows on Twitter, he is in the know when it comes to all things South Florida sports. Like our guy Zaslow is. He's joined us before on some Panthers coverage. I got to take him at his word. He says he's being told Jason Taylor will bang the drum ahead of Game 4. # time to hunt.
Okay.
Does that excite you? Does that give you a little bit more?
I like JT.
Yeah.
It's a big playoff run, so you got to know when to pick your spot. So, like, if the Panthers didn't think they'd get this far, they might have used up some of those bang-drumming superstars, the headliners early, so you got to pick your spots and get rewarded if you do make it far enough.
This could be the last banging of the drum.
Yeah.
This could be, if things go in the Panthers' plan, this could be the last banging of the drum. If things go in my plan, then we'll have another one on Game 6. Who do you go from Bam Adebayo to Jason Taylor? Do you just wrap it up with Dan Marino, or is that bad luck because the guy is ringless?
I think you go someone.
No disrespect. No disrespect.
No disrespect, but you're not banging the drum because you're known as a loser.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Would it be weird to go someone that is Hurricanes famous? Because, like, the Hurricanes that were Dolphins, they're a pretty short list. But when you talk about Ray Lewis and you talk about Ed Reed, or not Ed Reed, you talk about just anyone who was on that U
just
team.
Picking Ravens. This is you almost like a C-Cat.
What?
We asked you for South Florida sports legends, and you have named 3 Ravens players. I know you're a Ravens fans, but damn it, can you stick to the guns
Hang
here?
on, I got one. I got an obscure one for you. I hope you know this name, Theo. Josh Beckett.
Okay, yeah.
The baseball player?
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Who did he play for?
Pretty big.
Who did he play for?
Who did Josh Beckett play? I would guess the Marlins.
There you go. 03 national.
I mean, but that was
03
the
champion.
easiest-
He was unreal. Unreal.
What about,
unreal run.
What about Ivan Hernandez?
There you go.
World Series MVP.
Pudge.
Huh? Pudge?
Or would my do Ivan Rodriguez?
Yeah, that's different. Dude. That's Pudge.
Sorry.
Levon Hernandez. Levon Hernandez.
97.
Who, by the way,
you're going to do 97 to me?
Who, by the
Go
way,
ahead.
I hit off of him in BP.
Did you?
Once, yeah.
You hit on him in BP?
Are you buying that? Are you buying this, Christian?
I mean, like you were in the box with him, or you actually got a hit off
in the
of
box.
him?
He pitched, and I hit it, and it was fair.
Okay, gotcha.
I ran the first.
I do think that the Marlins list would be better. Like, I think Miguel Cabrera would be a great name to have in there.
I don't know.
But is he a Tiger? He's a Tiger, right? Probably known as a Tiger, Christian.
Miguel Cabrera?
Yeah.
Milky?
The last Triple Crown winner in baseball, by the way, Miguel Cabrera.
I guess so. Maybe a Hanley Ramirez. That'd be cool.
Hanley was awesome.
Guys.
How about
what about Tua Tagovailoa?
Willis
Reed?
No, the pitcher for the Marlins.
Why are we? So first of all, they are not trotting the Marlins player out there for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final to bang the drum.
Giancarlo Stanton?
No.
That'd be big. Yeah, maybe Christian Yelich. Just smear everything in the face of the Marlins by doing former Marlins that are still in the league winning MVPs right now.
Dontrell Willis was the name I was
Dontrell Willis?
Yeah, was the name I was looking for.
This is not just name a random baseball player hour. I'm asking for somebody who's
He's a
seriously
Marlin.
bang
He's
the
not
drum.
These aren't random baseball
They're
players.
not. Yeah, but why would they be banging last Cup Final game Sunrise? Why would the Panthers
Chris
want
Bosh? Call Bosh?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's probably the best
You know
one.
what? No. The best one will be D-Wade. You got to do D-Wade.
D-Wade, Bron, or Bosh.
Not Bron. They would never do LeBron.
Why?
They would never do LeBron.
They'd ask. He'd say no, but
No, they wouldn't even involve LeBron. I think Dwayne Wade would be a more popular draw than LeBron in Miami, in Sunrise.
Well, then Miami owes more to Bron, but
Oh,
I
my
agree with you that
God.
Bron
Get
is-
out of his
Oh, man, we're not
pants.
getting into
Jeez Louise.
We're not getting into this.
I understand the point.
We're not getting into
Listen,
this.
you know I love D-Wade more than anybody, but listen.
No, you
those
don't.
Championships.
You don't love
Yeah.
D-Wade more than anybody. You just use that phrase so flippantly. He has a
Thank
wife and kids, and
They can
he has Heat fans.
You don't love D-Wade more than the person sitting next to you.
All right. Let me rephrase. To your credit. How about this? To your credit.
More than anybody.
To your
Mike
credit.
Rizzo's a Dwayne. What's his middle name?
I defend Dwayne Wade more than anybody.
What's his wife taste like?
But at the same time,
You
I stand
don't
by what I
defend
said.
Dwayne Wade
I
more than
defend D-Wade.
anybody.
I defend D-Wade. D-Wade is a top.
You can't just keep saying these things. People are going to think Mike Rizzo is the biggest Dwayne Wade defender of all time. And
When you're talking about basketball players I've seen play with my own two eyes and grown up with, Wade's one of the best.
Okay.
By far.
But you defend him more than anybody. Nobody on this earth defends Dwayne Wade's legacy like Mike Rizzo is the statement you're making right now.
You might be honest. It's a figure of speech.
Okay, good.
It's a figure of speech.
I think there's
You
going
might
to be
honest.
two
It's just
people
an aggressive
on
play.
today's show that will defend
It's a
D-Wade
figure of
more,
speech.
and one of them's not me because we're going to have Zaz in 14 minutes because Zaz will
Yeah,
like D-Wade
you know
more
what? How
than
about
It's a
this?
figure of speech.
CK, We're going to set up Mike Rizzo to see if he can defend Dwayne Wade's legacy more than Jonathan Zaslow, who is the voice of the 305 here.
I can answer it. I'm not going to be able to because he's the voice of the 305. The figure of the speech is I've been, you can
say as much as the next guy.
Dwayne Wade, exactly.
What about okay, as much as the next guy is more accurate.
There you go. As much as the next guy, I absolutely love Dwayne Wade's career. Okay, and I think he was great.
Because that's not my favorite basketball player
when
of
it
all
comes
time.
to the Heat, when it comes to the Heat championships, we got to have a long conversation with ourselves. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
So
that's true. He never won without
Dwayne
Bron,
Wade
right?
win the championship first or LeBron?
Fair credit, fair point. Okay. That's why I said it's.
we just got to have a conversation.
We got to have a conversation about it because the other two that they were involved in.
Yes.
Let's be honest with ourselves here. Okay. Let's have a conversation about it. It was LeBron. Okay. So, how about was it Wade who had the moment in the TD Garden against the Celtics, or is that LeBron?
Game 6 is crazy. Yeah,
okay.
You're right.
All right.
I'm not saying LeBron is not owed a lot of credit to the championships in 2012 and 2013, but I will also say he's the main reason why today is the anniversary of 2011 when the Mavericks clinched the NBA championship. Their only one in franchise history. LeBron was the biggest culprit and the reason why he lost. He averaged under 20 points a game.
Big moment.
It was embarrassing.
Big moment in his career, though. I could argue it needed to happen for him to be great.
I could argue it didn't need to happen. I could argue that what needed to happen was the decision, and you got to close out the Mavericks. The Heat should have had 3 championships in that 4-year window. But what I will do is open up the phone lines here on Theoretically Speaking, open up the Baptist Health Hotline to see what your thoughts are on that specifically. I'm not talking about LeBron or Wade's legacy. I'm talking about who should bang the drum for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. If necessary, we got word that Jason Taylor, Dolphins legend, is banging the drum tonight in Sunrise. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. Who would you call on to bang the drum for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final? Panthers, Oilers. Who can get the crowd in Sunrise going the most? Jason Taylor's doing it tonight. Bam Adebayo did it in Game 3. Who would be the next one to go to? 888-760-3776. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more about visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more about visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Who would you go with for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final? It would be the last chance to rile up the crowd to make things shake. In the chat here on YouTube, our guy Brandon says, can I nominate Ken LaVicka? Not a bad choice.
I like it.
Not a bad choice. But let's hop on the Baptist Health Hotline, CCAT. Who do we have here?
Yeah.
Joining us here first.
We've got Cody in Jupiter who has a simple argument to make about Dwayne Wade.
Okay, bet. Cody. Welcome to the show, good people. What you got to say about Wade?
Dwayne Wade's legacy defends itself. His career defends itself. That guy took 5 years off of his career, that first playoff run, with how many times he hit the pavement and the floor, just his entire body up. Like, you can't argue anything about that. The guy was a stud.
Cody, I appreciate your call. Fall down 8 times, stand up 9. The math didn't add up, but his career definitely stacks up well to any shooting guard not named Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. Dwayne Wade's legacy does defend himself. To me, he's the 3rd best shooting guard of all time in the NBA. He's my favorite player of all time. But, Cody, in Jupiter, I want you to know, no bigger defender of Dwayne Wade's legacy than this guy, Mike Rizzo.
Right here. Best, I think the best shot-blocking guard I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Best shot-blocking guard I've ever seen in my life.
Easily. He actually has the career record for player 6'4" or under for career blocks. Somebody who is trying to compete with him in that area would be Derek White. Don't think he plays long enough or has enough minutes per game going forward in his career to catch Wade. But, yeah, he could close out or protect the rim better than anybody we've seen do it at that size, man.
I've got another candidate to bang the drum before a possible Game 6 Panthers, if it does come to that.
Okay, so we got We got Jeff Conine. We got Ken LaVicka. We got, you said.
I said Bosch, possibly.
Chris Bosch. C-Cat, what's your candidate to bang the drum game 6?
Now, Brandon in the YouTube chat made me think of this guy, Mr. Marlin, Jeff Conine. I think he'd go Marlin's man instead. The guy that wears the orange Marlins jersey and shows up at a bunch of sporting events across the sports calendar. He sits behind home plate. He sits behind the benches. You will always see Mr. Marlins on TV. He's kind of a weird guy, but like it or not, he's attached to the city of Miami to the end of time now.
But why would you pick he has nothing to do with winning championships. You know what I'm saying? He has no championship aura to him. You don't. That's bad juju.
He is at the location where championships are won. Every single Power 4 or Main 4 championship on the sports calendar. He is the definition of championships.
It's funny because he wears a Marlin jersey everywhere, and I'm not even sure if he's a Marlin fan.
I'm pretty sure he's on record not being a Marlins fan. I think he wears that jersey. It's like an old-school Marlin jersey because it's bright orange and it sticks out on the broadcast camera.
Oh,
that's why he wears it.
So he's not a Marlins fan.
I was pretty sure he's just wearing the jersey to, be the Marlin man.
I guess you kind of you have to have a niche, right? You kind of carve out a niche.
A shtick.
A shtick. Because, if you wear a Yankees jersey, I mean, that's who the hell cares? Everybody's rocking Yankees hats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not a – so if you wear the Marlins gear, you stick out. I don't know, man. It's not moving the needle for me. I wouldn't get up out of my seat. I wouldn't pull my phone out to record if I'm in Amerant Bank Arena for Game 6 Stanley Cup Final. The Panthers are up 3-2 looking to get the sealing victory for back-to-back Lord Stanley Cups. And Mr. Marlin pops up banging the drum.
He is apparently,
I don't think there'll be a roar.
I didn't mean to take his Marlins fan card away from him prematurely because he has been a Marlins season ticket holder since the team's inception in '93. So, yes, Lawrence Levy is a Marlins fan. He just so happens to have a whole lot of money that he's able to go to all sporting events on the sports calendar, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, college football, college basketball. He'll show up there because he's got a ton of dough.
Are you? Would you do that, or would you just like to watch at home?
What? Do what?
If you had the money to do that,
what makes you think I don't got the money? What is this insinuation? If I had the money, I might have the money.
I don't. So if you had, if I had the chance, to sit courtside or wherever, best of the best seats. Christian, ain't no better seat than your recliner and your couch and your setup. That's where I'm at this point.
Kind of exhausting.
Am I spoiled with going to games? Christian, am I spoiled with going to games my entire life? Absolutely. But at the same time, mate, I don't think there's a better spot in the world than my couch and my remote and being able to maneuver whatever. And I have multiple screens, whatever. I feel like my setup.
How many screens
is
you got?
where I want to be. We've done this before. And Christian's laughing. About 5 or 6. I can pull out 5 or 6 screens.
Hold on. You don't know the number? I get it why Duffy says we have 80 or more televisions in every location.
Do you count a cell phone as a screen? Then 6.
Okay.
Then 6.
So you have 5 permanent screens. I have a
75-inch TV.
Okay, big dog.
I have a 60-inch TV.
Wow.
I have 2 computer monitors, one for my gaming PC, which can turn into a screen.
But you never put that in. That's going to be on the game.
That's going to be on the game. But then I have another one for my actual Xbox,
Yeah.
laptop, and phone. So that's technically 6.
Okay, 2 big screen TVs.
Yep.
2 monitors.
2 monitors, a phone, and a laptop.
That's 6
And during
screens.
NFL Sunday, all of them are in use.
Yes. That's pretty impressive.
With my team on the forefront, red zone on the 60-inch, and then whatever games I'm locked into on the smaller screens.
So you put the Browns on the 75-inch.
Correct.
You like your misery to be magnified.
One of these days, they're going to turn it around.
I mean, that's your choice. C-Cat, are you impressed by his setup?
It feels a little performative.
He's not.
You can't really actually pay attention to 5 screens at all. That's why we have the Red Zone channel. You can really pay attention to 2, maybe 3 max.
All right, rebuttal.
And Colin won't come over because I got, quote-unquote, too many places to sit and too many things going on at once.
Wow.
So,
how many times have you invited him, though? Because sometimes it takes
3
or 4.
times. 3 times. I invited him for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I actually invited him for the Ohio State game, but we both agreed that I should watch that alone.
Yep.
And I can't remember the 3rd time, but I did.
That's a funny thing for you to both. How did y'all come to that conclusion together?
Because
Hey, come over. No, I shouldn't come over.
Colin looks at me, he goes,
what the hell is that?
Colin looks at me, he goes, Mike, do you really want to be with somebody else while watching that game? I paused for 5 seconds. I said, Good point.
Next
No,
time,
Colin's a
invites
con
me-
man, dude. He made it
Yes,
act like
he
it
is.
was your choice that
I
he
said
didn't
good
come
point.
over. Oh, my.
Hey, you know what? I love that play from Colin. I'm going to steal that. Like, going forward, if somebody invites me to stuff, like next time C-Cat invites me to golf, I'm going to be like, hey, don't you think you would enjoy it if you just golfed alone?
Like,
Just
oh,
go by yourself.
huh. Yeah,
And
I
you'd be
guess
like, all right.
so. That's a
You
good
know what?
idea.
I agree.
So I
My wife asked me to go to this Beyonce concert with her in Houston in a couple weeks. Should I tell her that? Should I use that line on her?
Like, do you really think you want to go to that concert with me? Like,
Yeah.
all right. I guess
Probably
now I don't have a
good if you
choice.
just See, like me and Theo both agreed that I should go to this concert without him, and then I could kick my feet up at home.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was his idea, believe it or not, and I agreed with it.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. You're not even agreeing with us right now. What was the third event?
I can't remember. I honestly said I can't. There were
Colin's
3
never
instances.
invited me to his crib. Mike's never invited me to his crib, and C-Cat's
And
never
hang on,
invited me to his crib.
and that's where I was going to go to next. I am trying to change that. I wrote on the
Trying
board.
to change
yeah,
it?
yeah. I wrote on the board,
it
which
because-
you didn't. Hang on. I wrote on the board, which you clearly didn't look at.
Okay.
I asked if anybody would be interested in doing like a team event together, and I thought about maybe like I know my apartment's small, but like having people over and having you guys from work over and watching
I'm
a
down.
game,
Whoa.
and having some food, and about 2 people wrote on it. So
I didn't know
it was HR Anna. God bless her. And believe it or not, John O'Terry as well. As much as I give O'Terry crap, he knows I love him.
Okay.
And he wrote on the board that he would be interested.
Maybe the next person to sign up can maybe bang the drum for Game 6. Larry's in Boynton. Larry's been waiting to get on.
Yeah.
Larry's one of our good people.
Ernie.
Ernie is in Boynton, actually. Ernesto's in Boynton Beach. He is the good people right now on the Baptist Health Hotline, pulling up on us on a Thirsty Thursday. Ernesto, before you get going on, I don't know what the heck you got on your mind. Just give me your Game 6 bang the drum person in the leader house here for Ernie.
I got a few. I like the Ken LaVecca. That's a hometown favorite. I like Ken. I want Ken to do that. I would love Ken to do that. Entertainment-wise, I would like Mr. 305 Pitbull. Why not?
Yeah.
Sports-related. The one that just won the Roland Garros, Mrs. Golf. I've heard bang the drums.
Call it. I'm calling it. Ernie, great call. Appreciate you pulling up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Ernie, you have just sealed the deal. I think that Coco Gauff. Now, the difference is, the only issue with this is not sure what the crossover is between hockey fans and tennis fans. Not sure what her popularity is like amongst the folks that attend the Panthers game, but she's a South Florida native. She backs all of the South Florida teams. And she's on top of the world right now in tennis. Coco Gauff would be the one to seal the deal for me.
That's probably the best one. I'm not even kidding.
Low key.
I know, but
low-key
she's
the best one.
Boynton. She's Boynton Beach. It's like not Broward. That makes it a little bit difficult, no?
True.
So like for us, that's a great idea, and I would love that.
All you got to say is South Florida.
But she's the French Open champion.
And all you have to say is South Florida native. That's all you have to say. South Florida native Coco Gauff. Panther fan and South Florida native. Now, I can't speak for if she's a Panther fan or not.
I don't know. I haven't. So that's the thing. What I will say is Coco Gauff has aligned herself with the Miami Heat. So anything Heat related, the Heat, Miami Heat will lean in on her with things. The Dolphins have celebrated her. She showed up to stuff. I haven't seen her with anything Florida Panthers related. So this could be her debut with the Panthers coming in Game 6. You might have heard it here first out of the mouth of Ernesto and repeated here by myself. So we'll see. We'll see, but I actually like that call.
I do.
Pretty good
I
call.
think it's the best one.
Coco Gauff or Dwayne Wade are home runs, and I don't think any Marlins players are really.
So we're not calling
really
Josh Beckett?
Nah, Josh Beckett wouldn't get it. Ken LaVicka, we would love.
Yeah, and by the way, I want to add for our buddy Ken, voice of the Inter Miami Herons on ESPN 106.3.
There we go.
Him and I love doing the games for you guys, and make sure you're listening.
Was that a self-plug, too? Did you back yourself into that?
Yeah, I'm pregame, halftime, and postgame as well.
Well, it just felt like a very selfless, and you showing him love, and then you put yourself in it. I'm with it. I love self-plugs, too. But you just threw I like how y'all do a great job at Inter Miami, too.
Yeah,
man.
and listen, we love doing it, and as long as we have the opportunity to do it, we're going to continue to crush it.
Well, damn right y'all will. C-Cat, you said something to me, but I couldn't hear you. So
Yeah, let's update the people on the U.S. Open because I want to talk about a famous Panthers fan, Brooks Koepka. He's always got his own booth there. He was cheering on the Peas, as he calls them, the last couple of years, but he won't be at tonight's game because he is in Pennsylvania fighting for the U.S. Open, trying to win another one of those trophies. Brooksy doing a pretty good job. He's at 2 under on the tournament. He is only through 7 holes, so he's got a lot more work to get done. Your leader is still J.J. Spawn, who fired a bogey-free 4 under round. He was off early, like one of those 8 a.m. tee times. He's been in the clubhouse for quite some time now. A tie for second between Sungjae Im, Sam Burns, and Tristan Lawrence. They are 1 shot off the lead. Siwoo Kim at 2 under. As I mentioned, Brooks Koepka at 2 under. Patrick Reed had an albatross earlier in the day. He's at 2 under. Matthew Pavon, he is at 2 under as well to round up that 4-way tie for 5th. Let's look up for some other notable names. You might want to know, how's Rory McIlroy doing? He might be your favorite golfer. Didn't really have the best performance at the PGA Championship after winning the Masters. How's he doing at the U.S. Open? Well, the reason why I keep on talking and kicking this can down the road, because I can't find his name. He's all the way down in tie for 92nd at 4 over on the round. Not a day that Rory McIlroy is too proud of. He really tanked it on the front 9, where he went out in 41. A 6 over front 9, and then he brought it back with a 2 under back 9. That was your leaderboard update here on ESPN 106.3. It's brought to you by Pain Care Florida. At Pain Care Florida, their specialists use state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today. This leaderboard update is also brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Kaiser University, and PGA Golf Club.
Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. And you know what I love doing? Bringing in our guy, Jonathan Zaslow from Zaslow Show 2.0 on ESPN Radio. He's the voice of the 305. He joins us on the other side to clue us in on who would be best to bang the drum for the Panthers for Game 6 and a little Panthers preview. Get ready, get set, because it's about to get going. That's your boy right there, Mike Rizzo. I'm Theo Dorsey. C-Cat's back in the studio, and we're live from the Duffy's in Plantation. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Are you ready for a global summer showdown? Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Football legends collide at the opening match of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Al Ahly versus Inter Miami. Messi, Jordi Alba, and Inter Miami take on Jamal Mashour and Mohamed El Shenawi of the Egyptian powerhouse Al Ahly. Don't miss your chance to be part of history. Saturday, June 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Grab your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tight on cash, say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey, Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
You all know in the happy hour we deliver a cocktail of the day. Tina's not here to deliver it, so we asked our lovely server, Corey, to give us one. She said her favorite drink on the Duffy's menu is the Duffy's Tropical MVP Margarita. That is the Hornitas Plata Tequila, a little triple sec, lime juice, splash it in there, grapefruit sour, coconut syrup with a elegantly placed black salt rim. And of course that comes on the 2-for-1 menu because all drinks at all times are 2-for-1 all day, every day. So shout out to Corey for giving us that one, the Duffy's Tropical MVP Margarita, your cocktail of the day. Let's see if our guy Jonathan Zaslow would like to join us in the cocktail of the day as we welcome in the voice of the 305 right here to Theoretically Speaking. Where's the open?
You might know him as the Cooper City Rattlesnake. He's the human flamethrower of Miami sports radio.
Hey, you could be a maniac without being a jerk.
The preacher of the Pat Riley gospel.
They don't complain. They don't make excuses. This is the NBA. Deal with it.
The mayor of Dolphins Delusion.
Can the Bills offense keep up with the Dolphins offense?
And the only guy who can go from breaking down the Panthers power play to cutting a full-blown Ric Flair promo. Woo! Jonathan Zaslow is the voice of the 305.
That's right, he is, and he joins us here hours ahead of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final as the Panthers look to push the puck through the net just as many times they did last time. Zaz, before we get going on this, did you hear Jason Taylor? Jason Taylor is reportedly going to be the guy banging the drum ahead of Game 4. Does that excite you?
I think that is an excellent choice. You know, you gotta do it right if you're the Panthers, okay? You can't just be anybody. You know, for instance, last year, one of the Stanley Cup final games, you know, they trotted out Jack Nicklaus, the golfer. And that, no offense to Jack Nicklaus, greatest golfer ever, fine. It did not go well. And the Panthers did not win the game, all right? It's very, very important to get the right person. And when I heard last game, Bam Adebayo, great choice. And when I hear today, Jason Taylor, great choice. Also very important that it's not a current Dolphin, guys, because current Dolphins, there's a losing streak going on with current Dolphins banging the drum. So Jason Taylor doing it, yeah. So Jason Taylor, Dolphin legend, that's okay. Great choice.
Who would ever think that the current Dolphins players would create some kind of a losing streak with the Panthers? Like, I mean, that's unheard of. Zaz, who would you go for Game 6 now? You got to keep going forward. So you go from Bam to Jason Taylor. Who's the perfect slot for the last Stanley Cup final game, if necessary, in Sunrise?
Well, hopefully it's not necessary. We all know what that means if it's not necessary, okay?
Yeah,
but if it is necessary, you know, going into tonight, even Game 3, I was thinking Coco Gauff would be a great person. She'd be great, okay? Obviously, they did not get her. You know, do we want Coco Gauff for Game 6? I still think that's a pretty good choice because she's a champion. She just won the French Open. So I think Coco Gauff would be a good choice. Remember, last year, when they had a chance to win the Stanley Cup, they brought out Roberto Luongo, okay? So I don't know. Do you bring Lou out again if they got the chance to win the Stanley Cup? Maybe. But I think Coco Gauff's a good idea.
Yeah, I would love a Coco Gauff play right there. She naturally, you know, when you're banging the drum, naturally, you know, it's like her forehand, so it won't be that difficult for her to get the rhythm going. And also, like you said, she's the most recent champion that calls South Florida home. Jonathan Zaslow joining us here from ESPN Radio, from Zaslow Show 2.0, the voice of the 305. When you look at Panthers-Oilers Game 4, what stands out that the Panthers need to do tonight to make sure that they go into Edmonton with a chance to clinch it?
Oh, just play their game. Like, literally just play their game. I feel like we're at a place in the series where for the Oilers to win games, and it's very possible, but for the Oilers to win games, they need their stars to be stars. Like, they need superstar efforts from Draisaitl and McDavid. Like, and those guys are capable of winning games on their own, but it feels to me like that's how they have to win, is by their superstars winning them the games. Panthers don't need that. That's not the Panthers' style. The Panthers roll all four lines out there. I mean, the top three lines of the Panthers are killer, and the Panthers, they're hitting you from everywhere. The Panthers just need to play their game. I mean, heck, Sasha Barkov doesn't even have a goal yet this series. Sasha Barkov's first points of the series came in Game 3. So the Panthers just need to go out there and play their game. I think Edmonton is going to be coming out today. The first 20 minutes, they're going to try and come out on fire, all right? They're going to try and prove that that wasn't a meltdown at the end of Game 3, even though I think we all know it was a meltdown. They're going to try and come out at the start of Game 4 tonight. They're going to try and throw some haymakers. If the Panthers get through the first 20 minutes even, or even with a lead, you're going to feel great if you're a Panther fan.
Zaslow, I'm sitting beside my guy Mike Rizzo here. Not only is he a Cleveland native, he also says he is the biggest defender of Dwayne Wade's legacy here on this earth. Do you believe this, man? Because you and I are Heat fans. You and I are big D Wade guys, and he thinks that he can out-defend Wade in ways that we can't.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that we have, an extra body who's out here defending Dwayne Wade, but, like, what does he need defense from?
I don't know, but he made the claim earlier as we were talking about great Heat legends that can maybe come bang the drum.
Zaz, they were, it was a figure of speech.
Oh, okay.
It was a figure of speech that they're running away with. I simply said that I think when it comes to the recent Heat championships that you have LeBron more to thank than Wade, and then they got on me for that. And I said, listen, I love Dwayne Wade more than anybody, and they had a problem with it. They had and Zaz, they had a problem. Zaz,
less than a year ago.
Zaz, they had a problem with the figure of speech. And fair play to them. It probably wasn't my best usage of words, but I go back to it was a figure of speech. I think Wade is arguably one of the best defensive guards in the history of the league, the best shot blocking guard certainly in the history of the league. And it's hard to take away what he did in 2006 and not call it one of the best final performances we've seen of my lifetime.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad to have you on board here. The more people that love Dwayne Wade, the better. But Wade played for the Cavaliers for like 35 games. I'm going to push back a little on nobody loves Dwayne Wade more than you.
Yeah, like, come on, dog.
Figure of speech. It was a bad usage of words. How about that?
Okay. And we're fair for calling you out on your usage of words. Yeah,
it's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Just want to clear the air there. Everything's cool. We're all calm. We're not hostile here. But, Zaz, you made a point of this. Things did get hostile on the back end of Game 3. The big brawl, a few fights between the Panthers and the Oilers there that kind of cemented what was a blowout victory. Does that give you more confidence in the Panthers tonight as they hit the ice with a chance to really take full control?
Absolutely. A lot of times at the end of a playoff game, you want to send a little bit of a message. Hey, you beat us tonight, but we're not going anywhere. That's not what we saw in the third period. That was an Oiler team that they melted down. That it was outrageous, their behavior, and the best part of it is, it resulted in the Panthers. It's funny because for a team that everybody claims is very dirty, all right, and whatever, but the Panthers are incredible of not being goaded into responding. They don't let you take them out of their game. And the Oilers were trying to do that, if it's a stick to the face of Verhaeghe, or it was a cross-check to the ribs of Sam Bennett, or it was spearing Matthew Tkachuk in the stomach. They don't get out their game. But then finally, you got the line brawl, all right, where you got all 5 guys who are fighting. And look, Oilers must not have known. You can get these hands for free. And the Panthers, 5-by-5. And not only did the Panthers kick their butt on the ice as far as the scoreboard goes, but we actually beat them down. That was an embarrassment for the Edmonton Oilers. Do I expect more of the same tonight in regard to a 6-1 victory? Probably not. But I think at this point, we know who the better team is. I think the Panthers are going to be terrific tonight.
Panthers are favored to win. Zaslow is actually going to be pulling up to this Duffy's a little later on to continue our Panthers pregame at 6 o'clock. But, Zaz, for people that can't wait for that, where can they typically find Zaslow Show 2.0?
Yes, wherever you get your podcast, Zaslow Show 2.0, Monday through Friday. We got you covered. Everything South Florida, everything 305. And no one covers the Florida Panthers down here better than I do. So Zaslow Show 2.0, and every episode is presented by Anna Jarn Levine, accident attorneys. You're involved in any kind of an accident, hit and run, motorcycle, slip and fall. Anna Jarn Levine have a specific set of skills they put to work for you. 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733.
Appreciate the time, Zaslow. Make sure you get ready. I love the post-game tweet, the pictures that you sent out.
Zaz, I watched your segment on Le Batard. It was brilliant. Yeah. And I laughed so hard at the picture that you had and that the guys were giving you crap for. I need another picture like that. Can you promise me tonight, if you're in the building or not, wherever you are, I need a picture of that.
Yeah, I take pictures after the wins. I plan on taking a picture tonight, and I am in studio with Le Batard Show tomorrow again, so maybe you get some more of that.
Awesome. Looking forward to it and appreciate your time, Zaz. That is our guy, Jonathan Zaslow, Zaslow Show 2.0 and on ESPN Radio, talking a little Cats, talking about the Rat Pack, and we are as well because the playoffs are heating up. The playoffs are most definitely heating up right now, but your home shouldn't. That's the difference between what you're watching and what you're living in. Stay cool right now with EDS Air Conditioning because right now, qualified customers can take advantage of a 0% interest-free for 60 months on brand new AC unit. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8-star rating. EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. EDSIsYes.com. Tap in, go online today. EDSIsYes.com. If you want some game day comfort that starts right now and not to sweat the small stuff, you're going to want to tap in with our people at EDSIsYes.com. I'm a Gold Plan member, and I'm feeling golden. On the other side, we do finally attack the issue of the Bengals. Mike Rizzo's here. Much love to Jonathan Zaslow. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We're in the happy hour from the Duffy's and Plantation on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. Two of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Every Thursday is a Thirsty Thursday at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Membership is just $100, and all fans 21 and up get a ticket to every Thursday game and a drink koozie, which unlocks weekly drink specials. Learn more at RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Florida is looking to repeat as champions of hockey, and ESPN West Palm has got the final covered. Catch every exciting goal, bone-crunching hit, and jaw-dropping save right here on ESPN 106.3 and streaming live on the free ESPN app. You won't miss a minute of the action, no matter where you are. The Final on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it is Tully time.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com, to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Time now for the coolest moment of the week. Presented by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes.
Marchand at 37. And now the Panthers with a 2-0. Moving in on Skinner. Score! Bennett! 4-1 Florida.
That was your ES Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week. Sam Bennett making it 4-1 as the Panthers took a demonstrative lead in the second period of Game 3. They went on to win 6-1. Sam Bennett, a recent award winner, putting a puck in the back of the net, and it seems like the Panthers are doing that at a historic rate. Again, your EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week, edsisyes.com, and I don't know if you've been locked in enough to what the Panthers have done over the past 3 years, Mike Rizzo, but I do believe they have scored the most goals through 3 seasons because they've also played some of the most games through 3 years, third straight year in the Stanley Cup Final, and they score that puck at a historic rate. Big shout out to the Cats. We got more Cats coverage throughout the day here from the Duffy's and Plantation as we carry you all the way through when the puck drops tonight in Sunrise for Game 4. Mike, we got to get to this because we were arguing early on. This right here is going to be your Baptist Health off-season football report. Shamar Stewart from the Bengals. Yes, the former first-round pick, I say former as if it didn't happen a couple of months ago, is reportedly not at Bengals minicamp any longer. We heard 2 days ago him speak out before not practicing because he's in a contract dispute. He has officially left camp. And Mike, I know you're against his move to not play despite the Bengals trying to insert a bad, it seems like at least, a bit of a bad omen into his contract with not guaranteeing some of his future money. But he is putting his sword up. He's putting his talents away. And I've read through several reports, if he decides to sit out and not report to the Bengals again, he can just re-enter the NFL draft next year.
It's one of those things where it's a bad look for the Bengals. Well, we could both agree on, Theo.
Yeah.
This is a terrible look for an organization that already has been known throughout the NFL circles of kind of not being and operating in good faith when it comes to contracts and negotiations.
Yes, they just, at this point, they can no longer have the benefit of the doubt. The guy that had the sack championship last year, most sacks in the league, Trey Hendrickson, you don't pay him. You bring in a first rounder at the same position, and now you're in a contract dispute with him. At a certain point, the common denominator has got to be the organization that has been outed as being the cheapest amongst most professional sports franchises. The Bengals continue to bangle. What do y'all call them? The Bungles?
Bungles.
Yeah.
I call them the Cincinnati Bungles.
Russo and Rizzo next, right here on ESPN 106.3. We got Panthers pregame coverage all the way up till the puck drops, so keep it locked on ESPN 106.3. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. I might join Mike. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice